Tell them what they've won, Robin.
I lost by 1 second. Grand prize was an all-expenses-paid trip to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, and it was just in time to ride the brand new Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time. And it was the only place you could get the coveted trophy. But I got this Duncan yo-yo instead.
Oh, you know, the 90s were a hell of a time to be a kid. It was the Wild West of kids' television, especially the game shows. You know, back then, we would just let the kids make up the rules and we'd go along with whatever they wanted. Good old-fashioned messy fun with prizes. You know, occasionally it led to some cheating and some scandals and a death or two. But mostly it was just harmless.
It still gives me nightmares.
There were a lot of winners. We had a lot of happy kids. But you know, for every winner, there were dozens of losers. Does that mean to say? I mean, they were just kids. But that's what they were. They were losers.
I was supposed to get a Zenith TV. Instead, I got a $50 savings bond. It's worth $58.82 today. Because I missed a question.
Imagine you're 11 or 12 years old. You're in front of a live studio audience. Children cheering and screaming.
Question.
The DSM-IV criteria for post-traumatic stress disorder are showcased when a person experiences an event or events that threaten death or serious injury or a threat to the physical integrity to self or others. That person's response involves fear, helplessness, or horror. In children, this may be expressed instead by disorganized or agitated behavior.
I just kept screaming at her and trying to help her. Nadine, go that way. No, go that way. And it's like she couldn't hear me or something because I just kept shouting at her.
I mean, I haven't really thought about it. It was a while ago.
It's like she didn't even care. It's like she just stood there. She made me do all the work. I took her yo-yo.
I mean, even kids today would be good at it. Everybody gets a trophy. I think I got a yo-yo or Duncan yo-yo.
She didn't even deserve it. So I took it. So now, I have 2 yo-yos. I deserve it.
I did finally make it to Universal Studios in Orlando. But by then, the Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time was closed. I still want that trophy. I still really want that trophy.
Did you know the line in Snow White isn't mirror, mirror on the wall? It's actually magic mirror on the wall. I got that wrong.
You know, a lot of the kids got particularly frustrated with our question rounds. They didn't have the internet back then. You know, kids used to go outside. They'd play in sandboxes. They'd run around. Kids were dumb back then. They didn't know anything about anything, and they didn't know any better. Neither did we, though, I guess.
Because they were wrong. They said it's mirror, mirror. It's not. They said I got it wrong.
As for the legitimacy of our questions and answers, well, you'd have to ask our producer, Harvey. But he's been dead now for 16 years. brain tumor. No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. He died of colon cancer.
The traumatic event is persistently re-experienced in one or more of the following ways. Recurrent and intrusive, distressing recollections of the event, including images, thoughts, or perceptions.
They hit that shrill buzzer, that fucking buzzer.
The lights, the camera, the action. I understand it might have been overwhelming to any other 12-year-old, but not to me. To me, it was thrilling. And I went on to become a very successful model / actor / surrogate mother. So it all worked out.
I have several copies of GoldenEye on N64, Blockbuster cases, Book It pins, thousands of Happy Meal toys, including Batman Returns collection in its entirety. I have all the Pizza Hut Land Before Time puppets. I have a couple of Talk Boys.
They made Batman Returns Happy Meal toys for kids?
There was a trophy, but it's probably buried somewhere in my mom's garage. Or she sold it during a garage sale. Along with my Thundercats cat layer playset.
If you're here for a kids' game show trophy, you can't afford it.
What about the Land Before Time Pizza Hut puppets?
You definitely can't afford those.
We're all winners. Right? Right?
Well, I'm leaving here with something.
You're not getting the Pizza Hut puppets.
What about the Batman Returns Happy Meal toys?
Fine.
And the trophy?
Oh, you can have that.
I still have her shirt. I mean, don't ask how I got it.
She has a couple of restraining orders still pending, unrelated to this.
How do you think I got the yo-yo? I'm just saying. So, yeah, I'm gonna take her shirt. She doesn't deserve anything. Nothing out of that, okay? But shame. It still smells like her Clinique perfume.
But I owe her for being there for me during my theme park junkie phase. That got really bad. Really fast. Really, really fast.
You'll notice it's a lot less goo covered than mine. I mean, I've had to wash mine. You know how long it took to get all that green out? So much. Hers? Nothing. She didn't have to do anything. It's pristine. That's because at the end, she stepped out of the way right before we got slimed.
They would dump this slimy, goopy, gunky substance on the winners. I don't know what was in that stuff, but I wouldn't go near it. It stunk. Ugh.
No, I did not jump out of the way so she would take all the slime. My gosh. It was like 20 years ago. What does it matter? Like, you're not gonna slime me, guys, are you?
Oh, wait a minute. They dumped it on the losers. Yeah, they dumped it on the losers. That's right. But they were kids, so they loved it.
I showered 3 days straight trying to get this stuff off of me. All right? 3 days. I had goop in places. I had to go to the doctor.
I do not want to be slimed. I do not consent to being slimed. I will not consent to being slimed. You don't have my consent to be slimed, okay? So we're very clear right now. I don't want to be slimed, okay? I agreed to this documentary because it was 20 years ago and it was 90s nostalgia. Woohoo, fun, great, love it. But you don't slime me.
If the duration is 3 months or more, the condition is considered chronic.
Oh my gosh. I've never been slimed before because I won. So, you know.
It's heavier than it looks. I thought it'd be shinier.
Yes, I, Fawn Rogers, give my full consent to be slimed, gooped, gunked, spadaddled. Just kidding. Whatever the kids are saying nowadays, I give my full consent. I'm ready.
I kind of wish I would have gotten the Land Before Time Pizza Hut Puppet Pals instead.
One question.
I felt a drop. There was a drop. Please, please, please don't slime me, okay?
Hey, at least I have the Dunkin' Yo-Yo.
Consent to it all.
Oh, I'm long retired now. Live down in Bradenton, Florida. Oh, but I keep involved, though. I still do the Sunday night trivia bowl down at Captain Krusty's seafood schooner. Gets pretty rowdy sometimes. Actually, you know, there's not that much difference between the two gigs. Tell them what they've won, Robin.
Well, Johnny, they've won the $50 savings bond. The Vivitar TEC 155 autofocus 35mm camera. The Nash LA Gear skateboard. The World Book Encyclopedia. The His Hers bicycles from Huffy. The all expenses paid trip to Space Camp. And our coveted one-of-a-kind trophy that you can only win right here on And to our runner-ups, don't you worry, you're going home with your very own Dunkin' Yo-Yo.